Hi guys, in this video I'll show you how to replace a CV axle in a Ford Escape. And this applies to any Ford Escape from 2001 to 2011. And make sure you do it one axle at a time to prevent any problems. That's the way I like to do it. And over here I already put I took the strut out. I have videos for that. So now I just gotta take this nut out. It's a 32mm nut. Then slide it out of the back of this hub over here, the spindle, and just pull it out of the transmission. So let me take that off. Oops. And don't forget to kill the bugs on the floor. That's out. Look at that. Let the compressor go down. Came out finally. Woo! So don't be afraid to use what I did, which worked best. Wow, was I put a pry bar here and I started hammering it out from underneath the car. So stay tuned for installation of the CV axle. Okay guys, in case you missed it, how I took this off was I put a pry bar right here, which was inside the car, and I whacked it with a hammer and it slid right off. You have to get the splines off inside. And this is what's wrong with this. The actual boot's cut open and all the grease comes out and all the ball bearings in here, all the dirt and stuff from the road gets in there, and eventually that's going to fail. And this is the reluctor wheel. If you have ABS brakes, that's the reluctor wheel right there. So now I'm going to put some grease on the actual seal over here. Always put grease on that seal. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Oopsie. Right there. There's a seal in there where the actual axle goes to. This. Just pull a lot of grease on the inside of this, right in there, around the seal and around the actual tube of the new axle. Always compare the old axle versus the new. Here you go. That's the old axle, CV axle, and it's the new CV axle. So put some grease around here too, because you don't want that seal to be dry and it'll rip once it's dry, the axle starts turning. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and install this back in, because my customer's waiting. So you can hang out here for a little while. Put a thin film. I also put a little bit on the inside where the splines are. Very slight little, doesn't need too much. And take any excess off. And just slide this puppy in place. It slides in easily, just like that. Now I have a wire over here holding it, so it's not really resting on the actual brake line. It may look like it is, but it's not. That's all the way in. Now, what the customer was complaining about was noises on turns. So when I was making a turn, I test drove this car. It was actually making a clicking noise when I was turning. And I went underneath, I knew it was the CV joint axle. So I pretty much looked at it and confirmed it when the boot was broken. Now, this is all in. Put a little bit of grease on these splines over here at the end. This 32mm nut. And just line up the splines in the back. Make sure if you have grease, if you put some grease on the rotors, just go back with it, go back on it with some brake cleaner. Clean it up. It slides in like butter. That's what she said. Put the nut back on. Impact that down, and we'll put the strut back on. And I have a video on how to replace struts and installation. So I'll end this video here, and thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, it's free to subscribe, you know you want to. And check me out at NewYork3rdGen.com. That's NYTHIRDGEN.com. That's where I hang out. That's my club. That's where all the fast third gens, some of the nicest cars in New York and fastest cars in New York are there. So come over, introduce yourself. Say you know the clown. Thanks for watching, and take care.